I don't think it's working, guys. Hello everybody and welcome to week 13 of the 2018 NFL season. I'm your host, the one, the only Cody P. I go by many names, but you can still call me Cody P. Last week, I don't want to talk about last week. It's not important. I mean, you can let that speak for itself. So, don't pay attention to that. Because, you know, I noticed with a lot of my spread picks, they end up just saying, I think this person's going to win, so they're going to cover. That's what happened a lot. Because I have a lot of confidence in certain teams. Like, I play with emotion, you know? A lot of my picks go to emotion. I like certain teams, and I don't like certain teams. And I think that it's an argument you can go either way. But at the end of the day, I need to learn that just because I think this team will win doesn't mean they're going to win as close as they did. Like Philadelphia, sure, you got that win against the Giants, but the Giants are a bad team, and the fact that you won in that fashion makes me question you. And I don't know, it's the way you win games, or the way you lose games, it tells you a lot about a certain team. And yes, I understand that any given Sunday is any given Sunday. But certain games really define who you are. So Philadelphia, I still have you winning the division, but I'm looking like, you're scaring me now. You're scaring me. Keep that in mind. Anywho, get out of here. Let's go on to the picks. Get this thing moving. We're already late, so we gotta get going. Let's go. First game we're gonna look at, of course I'm gonna look at this game, because it's the theme of my whole video today. When Baltimore heads to Atlanta, where the Falcons are a singular point favored at home. What does that mean? Well, no one knows what the hell that means. Atlanta, no one knows what's going on with them. Baltimore, they're working with a rookie QB who's gonna get his first start on the road. And both these teams are, God knows what's going on. Atlanta here, okay, I'll give them a bit of doubt. They are better than the record says. But with the amount of injuries they've had on defense, it's made their defense very susceptible to big game plays and whatnot. But let's talk about last week against the Saints. Like, okay, I understand that's the Saints, and they did cover. One of the very few games that actually did cover. But there was a lot of turnovers, a lot of fumbles they were able to force. Red zone fumbles, key turnovers. It really makes you want, like, I usually don't have, like, you can take your edge on your bets, and it's up and down, left and right. I'm pretty sure Atlanta should have covered. Atlanta should have kept that game close. The Saints, non-existent, the back end of their defense, actually did a good job. Or was it the Atlanta offense just doing that bad of a job? I don't know, you tell me. But now, they get to go back. They get that extra rest from playing the Thanksgiving game. Baltimore comes in. Again, they're starting with a rookie. Now, don't get me wrong, Atlanta doesn't have a good defense, but compared to Cincinnati and Oakland, I mean, the Browns dropped 30 plus on both teams. So, and then again, the Browns do look really good this year. I mean, not really, they're not going anywhere. Too little, too late. But if the rumors are having that Bruce Arians comes out of retirement to coach the Cleveland Browns, it's going to be a good team in a few years. And I have faith in Baker, believe it or not. I think he's going to be a good quarterback. But anywho, that's the Browns. Right now we're looking at the other quarterback, not the one who drafted at 1, the one that was drafted at 32. And, you know, I'm an honest man. I won't lie to you guys. I'm going to be rooting for them, don't get me wrong. And I hope they win. But I have my doubts. And Lamar, he's a good athlete, but his passing still has me concerned. Against Atlanta, now, Baltimore has a good defense, but they do allow you to have points scored on you. More or less. So, with Atlanta coming in, Jimmy Smith does not look that good this season. Now, Marlon Humphrey, he's young and he's getting really good. But Julio Jones is a whole other thing. Now, whether or not Matt Ryan connects with Julio, that's a whole other story. But at the end of the day, I gotta go with experience. I don't trust Lamar to keep up, because I feel like Atlanta will put up points, and I don't think Lamar could do it. I don't think he can keep up. And the 1 point spread, you're gonna get away with it anyway. So you're gonna take the Atlanta Falcons minus the 1. Second game we're going to look at, speaking of which, is when the Cleveland Browns head to Houston, where the Texans are 7-point favorites at home. Now, Houston's coming in on an 8-game winning streak. But if you do look at the game, at their schedule, I'd argue they don't really have that many impressive wins. Like, they don't really have an impressive win set. Yes, you won 8, and you can't blame them for the schedule, but not really that impressive. Now, Cleveland, on the other hand, they're coming on a 2-game win streak, which doesn't mean a whole lot to most people, but for them, it means everything, considering they won all of one game in the 2016 and 2017 season combined. So, for a 2-game win streak, for them to be sitting at, 4-6-1, you gotta give them props. Now, whether that could be coaching, not really. Quarterback play, Tyrod and Baker, huge upgrades over Kaiser and whoever the hell the last guy was that quarterbacked into that 16 season. RG3 a little bit, Kevin Hogan. But this is a whole different ballgame. Now, granted, Cleveland's doing back-to-back road games, and that never bodes well for most teams, unless you're a truly professional team, which Cleveland is nowhere near yet, so get a pump the brakes on them. But again, Houston is a little shaky. I mean, good job, you beat Tennessee. Tennessee, we don't know yet, they're a bit bipolar, and not really good at scoring. I mean, you also had that Lamar Miller 97-yard touchdown. So, I mean, it's back and forth plays. They get lucky on a couple plays, they get unlucky on a couple plays. And you go up and down. And don't mistake me, Cleveland has a better defense than Tennessee. At least from what I've been able to see so far. And tomato, tomato, I love rooting for Mariota, but at this singular point in time, Cleveland does look better than Tennessee. Now, granted, I would think Tennessee would beat Cleveland on any given Sunday. Whatever. But I think Cleveland's being a little underestimated here. Now, Houston will win this game. I have no doubt that. But +7 spread by a touchdown. One way or another, I think Baker keeps it close. And that defense is legit. So, Houston's going to win this game. Don't get me wrong. But Cleveland will cover. 7 is too much. Take the Browns +7. And the final game we're going to look at has a heavyweight clash when the Minnesota Vikings head to New England to take on the Patriots, where they are 5-point favorites at home. Kirk freaking Cousins, ladies and gentlemen. One time I was counting on him to pull himself into it himself. He does good. Takes care of Green Bay, who, yes, had no business even winning that. Green Bay had no business winning that game, but made it interesting. And Cousins had a good game, you know, hitting open targets, getting a lot of yards, a lot of touchdowns, winning the game overall. Whatever it may be. Minnesota's defense stepped up, got enough points, got enough pressure. Both Adams and Thielen did enough for me to sneak by, what was it, Brian in the fantasy league? Which, that's confusing, I'll get to you in a minute about that. But, both teams, they're trendy. It's up and down, it's left and right. And Minnesota, sure you won by a score, but that's not really that impressive win. Yes, Aaron Rodgers is the guy that, you know, gets on everyone's nerves for winning games that they shouldn't. But that was the final nail in the coffin for the Packers. Even if you win the next 5, you're 9-6-1. Chances are you're going to need 10 wins to get into the NFC playoffs. Although, I can't really say that for sure anymore, because Carolina keeps crapping themselves every other freaking week and screwing all of us over. Freaking Carolina. You know, when you think you have things figured out here in the NFL, it's either another curveball, and a curveball, and a curveball. You don't know who's going to win. What if maybe Tampa Bay wins this week against Carolina? Maybe, because Carolina's been going all over. Maybe the Browns even win in Texas. Maybe the Raiders win this week against KC. I don't even know anymore. The NFL's stressful, because nothing goes the way you want it to. That being said, I still have no faith in Kirk Cousins. And which is why, again, I took that bet with Gio. I have zero faith in Kirk Cousins. And now you're going into New England, where the Patriots almost never lose. I mean, maybe once or twice to, like, a Miami team, or when Brady's suspended, or in the playoffs against the Ravens. But other than that, nothing. You get nothing. Whatever. So, yeah, now Kirk Cousins going in there. Brady, who, yes, his age has shown significantly throughout this season. He's winning games. They're 8-3. It's not like he's playing bad, but you can tell he's not that guy. I mean, these are usually the time of the year where we're talking about him. You know, it's very interesting. It's almost like it warms my heart to know we're having an MVP discussion and not to hear Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers' name in the discussion. It warms my heart, guys. Not that I don't want them to be in the discussion, but they've won it pretty much every year. And now getting acknowledged, they're not the best teams. New England will probably get in playoffs, and they will get in the playoffs because the NFC East is a joke. And they'll probably even get to the Super Bowl because the rest of the teams I don't trust. Pittsburgh collapses every year. I don't trust KC when they get into the playoffs. Chargers, no. Ravens, no. Houston, Tennessee, Indy, maybe. Or Denver if they can sneak in on the last second, which I doubt, but it's possible. It's whatever. So, New England's probably going to sneak in. This game, it'll be another cakewalk. Minnesota, they'll put a points. I mean, if there's an over, I would gamble taking the over in this game because I know a lot of points are going to be scored. But I don't have that much faith in Minnesota. 5's a lot, but I think it's going to be like a 34-27 kind of game anyway. So you're going to get the points. So take the Patriots -5. Now those are 3 games a week. I'm scooting over here. Yeah, they're going to scroll right here. And I can break them down on my handy dandy phone book. And you know, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I like recording late. Because I get news that other people don't. I can get in a little information on some things. Like a certain releasal of a player of domestic violence accusations. I don't care what the scenario is. Be smart. No, not to be violent. You can just walk away. Walk away. I mean, if the lady's still harassing you, just walk away. Just walk away. Or you're in a freaking hotel. Go get a staff member or something. Or just leave and go to another hotel. I don't understand it, folks. I don't understand it. But you know, it's not my place to judge. Take the plus 15 or whatever. I don't know what mine is because I haven't checked the website. But take the plus. As for the other games, Jags are starting Kessler, means nothing. Colts win by 1 million. Not really, but really. Fans win. Bills. Although I do like Josh Allen, believe it or not. Right now, I would say he is the second best rookie quarterback in the class behind Baker. In all honesty. Rosen, the guy who likes to talk a lot of trash, so far is the worst to me. He has looked the least worst. His 2 wins are the Niners. Everyone else, their wins are against more valuable teams, believe it or not. Darnold against the Lions. Make what you want about the Lions. They're not that bad of a team. Allen, he beat the Vikings. Ooh, we all thought were Super Bowl favorites in their own stadium. So give them that. Lamar beat Cincinnati and Oakland, which are nothing to brag about, but they're better than San Fran. And Baker, well, he beat Atlanta. So, they're good wins. And outside of that, that's really all I've got. Tennessee's 9 spread. I get a little nervous, but the Jets are not that good. So I think you can get away with it. And Philly, I mean, Washington might make it interesting. But in the end, I don't think so, especially since it is in Philadelphia. So, take your pick, people. Take your pick. Those are your picks for the week. We talking to fantasy. I won both leagues yet again. Thanks to Adams and Thielen for saving my ass against Carter. I have no idea what the hell's going on in the lottery league. It was set up to be in the top 2 in each conference, but then it got changed to the top 3, and the top 2 in each conference is going to get a bye week to start the season, the playoffs. This is the last week, so this is it. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. And I don't even know what to put here. I don't know if I'm going to put anything here. I'll just put the standings. How about that? I'm just going to put the standings here because we're only 1 week away. I don't know if it gets changed. And then people are like adding and dropping. Like sometimes, people are just Like, I saw Jordan Howard in, like, the Vikings defense got dropped, so I went to go grab them. I actually got Jordan Howard, but then he was forcibly dropped from... I don't know what happened. I'm confused. And that's pretty much that. League of Assholes, we're doing pretty decent. 3 of us are locked in, and that's not going to change because I'm the league manager in that league, and I'm not changing anything. Although the tiebreakers are set up to be that if you have more points scored. I prioritize high power offense, more or less. The first couple of years I've done head-to-head. This year I'm doing higher offensive scoring. So having better fantasy players, more or less. For, I think, Ted Ward, he may be, like, 5th. I think he's 5th right now. But he's leading us, our league, in scoring. And he likes to bench players that do better. He had, like, 3 weeks in a row now where he's benched a receiver who ended up being, like, a top 5 receiver or something like that. Or at least his best one. Luxury of having good players, I guess. I don't know. That be that. That be that. I'm still wondering if my trick will work. It's not looking like it is. Damn that man. You're the real dirty bird here. But I guess we'll see who will win this Sunday. And that's it for me today. Everyone, good luck with your picks. Enjoy the football games. I got a baby crawling into a potato drawer, so I gotta go deal with that. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all in the next week's video. I don't know why I take my glasses off. I am really, really blind. That sounded a little sassy. Talk to you guys in a bit.